now she wanna sex me. New life, new bitty, and she sexy. New water, new ice, new neck piece. If the police pulling up, they gotta get me. Only after could I touch her and she let me. New bitty, new bag, new DB. New water, new ice, I feel amazing. I can tell by what she said, she want my baby. I'ma keep it on the low, that girl my baby. I can't trust my other niggas cause they shady.
Said switch the camera while the music was playing. We back in the building with another motherfucking podcast. And this RAWDOPE Podcast, and I'm your host, Hand 5000. And we got special young men in here. It's come up out of Baltimore, and once again the acting scene, the writing scene, the director scene. You know what I mean? It's the scene of you chasing a budget to get your product on the network. And these two young men came at short notice. We connected, and the dots was connected. They got a series that's coming out, be airing real soon. It's going to air on Amazon Prime, if I'm correct. It's called The Rise. And if you seen the trailer, it got you on the edge of your seats. You know, if you just seen the trailer, you on the edge of your seats. You know, it's a few good things come out of Baltimore. Shout out to Kimmy A. Workman with Shock Nation. Shout out, rest in peace to G. Shawns, and shout out to the whole Out of Bounds crew. And this new joint that's coming out now called The Rise. I got the writer, the director. I got one of the actors in here, man.
Yeah.
And I want y'all both, man, to properly introduce yourself to our audience, man. What's going on? Thank y'all for coming out, man. Start with you, man.
Thank you for having me. I'm the writer. Oh, all right. Yeah, I'm the writer and director of the show, Speedy Carter. You can reach me on Instagram at Speedy LOM, and the Rise page is Rise0523, and on Facebook is Speedy The Rise Together and Speedy Carter.
Yeah, it's Nook, also known as K, playing the star Carter.
Yeah. So what part of Baltimore you from?
Over east, LC, Lakewood and Chase.
I'm from West Baltimore.
So both of y'all, listen, it's the rules we got on this podcast, man. But we get into it. Let me not say it. Let me not forget it. Anything you say can and will be used against you on the internet. No fuck shit, no fake shit, no foolishness. That's it. If that shit stepped on, I can't put it on the block. You know what I'm saying? We need it uncut for them people, for me to deliver that shit in the morning, for them people to get their fix. This shit gotta be uncut. So what we like to do on this show is we like to introduce our audience to the person before the actor, before the entrepreneur, just before any type of success. We just like for both of y'all to give us a little bit of your upbringing. You know what I mean? What part of Baltimore you from? Little struggles, and then we'll get into the rise and get into other things.
Okay. Me, I'm from over east. My name Nook. Know a lot of people. A lot of people know me for real, but respect at the end of the day, yo. Keeping it positive. I'm from Lakewood and Chase, bit on Luzerne. We the ones up the hill. You know what I mean? But
that's up the hill or down the hill?
That's up the hill.
All right. I'm a West Baltimore guy, but I like the.
Yeah, that's
so that by Nacho Banger.
No, that's down there.
Okay.
That's past the bridge.
Okay, so that's hold
Past
up. Let
the
me think, because I had some homeboys. That's Fremont. That's up the hill.
Yeah, that's up there.
All right, that's around there. Yeah, my man Sean, Muslim brother Sean. He from over there, man. Good brother of mine. Okay. I know a few good guys, man. I'm looking for the street, man. Oliver Street. Yeah, that's up the hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? I know a few guys, man. From up that way.
Yeah. Like, keep it positive, man. All I like to do is you'll take care of the family, stay in the house. That's all I like to do. Stay in the house, take care of the kids, work. Yeah, man. It is what it is.
So how long you been doing that? Hey, look, move your mic closer, speaking to her, because when this motherfucker episode drop, we'll what them said that it's low because I'm having audio problems. So they always say you low, and I say nah. It's the guests in them comfortable ass chairs, and they just get the rocking back and get the chilling. So you know what I mean. We ain't got the long joints, but so what it was like coming up in East Baltimore, and you know, just for you, just a kid coming out of East Baltimore. How do you stay so positive and get into positive things when the bullets is constantly ringing around there? Opportunities to get some money around there. It's just everything that you shouldn't be in is over there, just like in any neighborhood. But they tend to say like certain parts of East Baltimore be like the heart of Baltimore when it comes to like violence and destruction. You know what I mean? And that's the truth. It's a lot of bad blocks all through the city, but East Baltimore treacherous. You know what I mean? East Baltimore treacherous.
I mean, I grew up in the good days, yo, when you could really play outside, yo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, really play outside, yo, and I had to worry about all the dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like, you could really play hopscotch, shit like that, the female, shit like that. But I grew up in the good area. I'm an 80s baby, man. 80s baby, so that was the good era for real. But to stay positive, yo, you just gotta keep a grounded mind, yo. The key is balance, yo. I mean, you can't find nothing without balance. The heart gotta agree with the mind all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? You got to keep that. But at the end of the day, like,
hit that grass, man. Make it help you think.
Yeah.
See what I say. Give me your upbringing, right? I'm just saying the question was vice versa. I'll tell a nigga, you know, I grew up in Northwest Baltimore, Ricestown, Virginia, Libby Heights and Garrison. My family it's just been that way for me.
I grew up all over East Baltimore. Yo.
Right.
My mother is single parent. She raised 4 boys, so you know.
My mother had 6 sons.
Word.
Yeah,
man,
so I know how that
dope.
shit,
She's
bro.
a strong woman, so I grew up around that. My father was there, but he wasn't dope. But at the end of the day, like, he taught me a lot of shit before he left. At the end of the day, mom raised me though.
So what made you get into acting?
I'm not funny. He offered the opportunity, yo, I took it and ran with it.
That's what
I took it and ran with it, yo. I'm not playing no games. Every opportunity, everything I can do to feed these kids, but nothing demanding, because I'm always gonna keep my morals and standards and shit like that for real.
Right.
That's what I grew up on. I'm an 80s baby, and yeah, he offered me an opportunity, yo, and it was dope, yo, and I appreciate him every day for real. Put my all in it.
Yeah, man, and that's what I like, right? Because when I came up with this concept, it was just like I told my friends, I said, bro, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I don't know what we gonna do, yo. All I know is, yo, this the plan, yo. And I remember, like, this my actual first computer I brought, you know what I'm saying? And we had, like, if you look at our old episodes, we ain't have a poster, you know what I'm saying? We ain't have certain things, you know what I mean? And we just made it happen. And you know, my engineer right now, you know, me and him, it was nice that, you know, the team don't show up. You know that feeling? Yeah. Team don't show up. And we just, it's grinding, because at the end, again, when you wrote The Rise, no matter what, if you got to play all roles, and that's the worst case scenario, you had to do it because you really care.
Especially at that time, because it was a budget. Like,
well, I seen the GoFundMe and all that.
No, but the first episode, I paid out of pocket. And, you know, of course, it's a schedule. So this man is professional. He's a professional cameraman. And there was a lot of people who ain't show up. So I was really struggling, running and hollering at people like, all right, because a lot of people write the script. A lot of friends and homeboys write the script. So I was actually going to other people like, all right, I know you're supposed to play this person in it, but I need you to play this role.
Right.
But we got it to work.
So tell me a little bit about yourself and your upbringing.
Well, I grew up in West Baltimore.
West Side?
Yeah. I'm down McCullough the Avenue Park. I actually used to live up this way when I was younger, because I got took from my mother for a couple years and was living with my aunt in foster care. I actually went to Liberty Elementary.
What house was that, on this block?
No, it was on Fayetteville.
Fayetteville, what?
3822 Fayetteville.
I grew up 3905 Fayetteville.
Oh, wow, yeah, it was 3822 Fayetteville.
What's the next block?
Then we moved around on Grenada.
Okay.
Yeah, so we stayed there for like 2 years, then we moved on Grenada.
But your face looked familiar, though.
Yeah. I went to
year?
Liberty and I went to Garrison.
But what years you was living around? I have to.
90,
I was there.
90. We got took in 1990. My mother, so I moved with her in 1990, and we moved down on the avenue around like 98, 99.
Around here, it was early 2000s.
No, I was down there by that time. I did elementary. I did Liberty and Garrison up here.
Oh,
Some of the Garrison Middle.
So through the 90s.
Yeah,
I was on the block there.
Yeah,
I was
90s.
on the block there.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the block. So yo, I write, right?
Mhm.
And I wrote, and I can't on air and on YouTube or wherever this air, I can't disclose the title, but I wrote a series. And when I started writing it, and I know you probably experienced the same thing, when I first started writing it, I went crazy when I realized when I write, all I'm doing is talking to myself. That's how I create every character.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I mean, that's just straight from
Yeah.
a writer. You gotta
Yeah.
talk to
Yeah.
yourself
And-
and be acting out, even when it's, you know what I'm saying, a
Crazy
female
part about
role.
it, as I'm writing, like people would pretty see me talking to myself, like, what the hell are
Yeah.
you talking about? But I'm
Right.
trying to talk to the character, make
Yeah.
sure that what this character is saying, it makes sense.
It makes
First of all,
sense.
the
It makes
conversation
sense.
gotta make sense,
Yeah.
and it gotta make sense that it's coming from that character,
Hey, they gotta stay on the storyline.
and they gotta stay on the storyline. So,
Cool.
and I think to me, the hardest thing of writing was the dialogue, like, cause I'm 25, 30 different people in my
Yeah.
head. And I gotta be these different people, females too.
Yeah,
And make sure that sound what's coming from this female.
Yeah,
sound
exactly.
right. Yeah, it sound right.
Exactly.
So that's like the biggest part. Like telling the story is easy to me.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
story easy too. I stopped at probably like episode, I think I'm probably like episode 10.
Okay.
And I stopped and I said I'm gonna make 12 at a time, so I gotta get back in that book.
Yeah, well, we doing 10
10,
episodes.
yeah, that's what I said. 10
Sir.
per
Yes,
season.
sir.
So I'm 90 away. I say when I put it out, I'm gonna have 100 done.
Mhm.
So I can just straight go once it's done and written, everybody, and I can get the real characters.
Perfect.
Another thing you got to do too is for you when you looking for it, just like with me and just like with any of us that come up in the urban community. Our biggest dream in the beginning is for to win without friends.
Yeah.
Win with my mans, win with the niggas I love, win with my family. But bruh, it's fucked up, but it don't work like that.
I see that.
It don't
Yeah,
work
we
like
saying that
that.
now.
And it
Yeah,
fucks you
Small
up.
circle, though.
So yeah, and then you understand these big people when they make it big and see how their friends talking shit later. Then you be like, once you've been through it, like, man, yo
I
probably ain't
understand
show
why. Yeah,
up.
you right.
Yo probably ain't doing that. And
They
this
just
shit
want to be a
hard
part
work.
of the success once the success came.
Yeah, like I had my car. My car was parked. I brought it and it was parked for 6 months. And I got $5,000-6,000 in on the podcast, getting equipment, getting gas, of transportation, men on it. Like I could do 1,000,001 things with this, but I just believe.
Ain't on it, yo.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. And yo,
Sacrifice
when I saw it,
my
yo, I was just so fucking happy because it was in depth.
Yeah.
And nigga, that motherfucking trailer,
Yeah, I appreciate
that
it.
motherfucker, you sold that.
Yeah.
That's 10,000 views right
Right,
there.
yeah.
You sold the trailer.
And the crazy part about it, that first episode is nothing like what the rest of the show is. Like when I say I got in depth, because the crazy part about it is once they get to see the rest of the show, it's gonna be people that's gonna sit there and be like, hold up, he talking about us. Because
Yeah.
that's what I did. I just took real stories.
That's what I did too.
I took real stories and wrote real stories. So it's nothing fake or fantasy about it. It's no Hollywood. It's really what's going on in Baltimore City.
So listen, right? When you say you brought in a production company to pay for that one episode,
Mhm.
did y'all like make an agreement?
Contract and everything.
Well, I'm talking about, did y'all make the agreement and say, yo, if it reached these amount of numbers, would y'all come back in?
Oh no. If I get the funding for it and everything, then me and him just sit back and do another contract for the whole show.
Yeah.
For
For 9 more episodes.
Yeah, for 9 months. So I don't really have any time. Like if I don't want to use him, I don't have to. But I definitely want to use him.
Did you learn
And
it
shout
while
out
you
to new
watching
stuff.
it?
Yes.
Yeah.
He teach me. He taught me. He actually taught me a lot. Because the crazy part about it, we were just going to shoot the whole show. I was just going to say forget it and shoot the whole show, fake low budget, and it wouldn't have turned out the way it turned out.
Yeah, it looked good, bro.
It wouldn't have turned out like
look,
it turned
bro.
out. And he the one that gave me the idea of, listen, Speedy, shoot your first episode and see which feedback you get.
Yeah.
Because if you get the right feedback, these big money people will come to you. Hey,
But don't that like kind of like scare you though, Speedy? Because one thing I like about like my podcast, right?
Mhm.
My first episode almost did 500. I haven't had an episode to do the numbers yet, and I'm not gonna say it was the person that I had, because the person wasn't the biggest artist, but it was like the anticipation of it.
Mhm.
I guarantee you the first one was gonna do good. My second interview was like 225, then the next one was like 135. The next one went down, the next one went down, then it went up.
Mhm.
Now I'm struggling to get them past 100. But I'm consistent.
Man.
You
That's
feel
all
me?
that
So
count,
I
bro.
know once more
That's all
people
that
come
count.
around us and meet me and just be like, yo, fat boy, I fuck with him. You feel me? Yeah, like I fuck with him. I like what he doing because I tell nigga all the time when they come in here, yo, what nigga in your DM and say, yo, come to my platform so I can interview you about your shit.
You the
You
first
know what I
person.
mean? Like what person, who's doing that?
Right.
And that's all I ask is I support it 100% black man from the struggle. He getting it. Man, come on in here because we in the same struggle. Hopefully I see you at the Oscars.
Yeah.
5 years from now.
Hope.
2 years
Ain't
from
no
now,
hopefully.
you
We
know
gonna
what I
see
mean?
each other there.
You know what I mean?
Trust me.
At the top, you remember, yo, I remember
Talk
that.
about
Then
it,
now
yeah.
it's like, I feel like reason why I interview more people want to come up because I feel like the return favors would be just so good if we all come up together. It means something. You know what I'm saying? Like I look at that Jay-Z brunch, like, man, dream about when we, Baltimore, had the big brunch and all the celebrities out here, man. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be dope, yeah.
From the Rise, from Shock Nation to
Out of bounds.
you know, out of bounds, keeping it going, tech moves. All these artists out here working our dream of the day.
Together,
Everybody.
Right.
Yeah,
Together.
Tech and Moose just dropped the project. Shout out to them.
Yeah, shout
Excuse
out
the
to them,
mug.
yeah,
That shit
yeah,
hard
yeah.
as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
That shit hard. So
Yeah.
just imagine.
Definitely shout out to them podcasts in
No
East Baltimore.
bullshit,
And that was a big thing. And I'm proud of them for that. And I said, yo, we can work together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Kimmy Ye and them, I shoot them your shit and can work together. Because she figured out some shit where she had a whole staff and then she gave me my first shot. A talking role. Bro, she called me a few times trying to pay me. Snipe, it might have been 50, it might have been 200. I don't know. I just didn't accept the money. Because I said, fuck that. I would never do no fucked up shit in the future.
Right.
If that motherfucker do 50 million, I would never do. The opportunity you gave me is priceless.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I learned on that set is priceless. So, you know, I understand some of this shit, you know, it ain't gonna cost you. You know what I mean? My time is more precious than money. So
way more precious.
if you come in here chilling with me means something more to me than a script
And that
or
was
anything.
the one thing that we
People
talked about,
understand
that it was a lot of people wasted my time with it.
Yeah.
And then, honestly, it was a lot of people that
Yeah.
wasted time. Like, we was running around really giving, hey, homeboy, listen, read this real quick. Please get, and what I'm talking about, some of these guys didn't even come to rehearsal because the people that I did the rehearsals with just did not show up on shoot day. No car,
They got cold feet.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what it was. And shout out to him, you know what I mean? Because you learn from every experience. And so I definitely learned from that experience. But one thing I did do, we got it shot and we got it done. We got the whole, that whole episode, we got it shot and done. And my man K, it took him a minute to get the K.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it took him to get, but I made sure I ain't, because it was a couple people didn't want him no more. But was telling me like, well, you might as well just go ahead, cut him and try to find somebody else.
Right.
But nah, this was my K.
Was a sacrifice.
And I'm talking about late
That's
nights
the
at his
main
house. Yeah, he's the main.
character.
That's him. He's the main character.
Yeah.
It's about him and his best friend. It's about their rise. And we definitely some late nights in his house, rehearsing one-on-one.
Nice early morning.
Yeah, and my man got it.
Yeah, I
He
see.
got it.
I see. It's
And
like
that's the one thing that I do say, that my cast is going with you.
Yeah.
It's not no, I ain't do the show and hopefully that they give me millions of dollars and then we gonna go find a whole new cast. This is the Rise cast.
Yeah.
But we is, you know, when I do get the funding and everything, we are holding auditions because there's a lot more roles.
Yeah.
It's definitely a lot more roles. Go. And like I say, I'm telling y'all, it's something that's gonna have you on the edge of your seat.
Shit, I believe
I
that.
promise
Trailer
you,
had me on the edge of the seat.
Yeah, I promise it's gonna have you on the edge of your seat. You're gonna want to see the next episode.
Yeah.
And I made sure that I wrote it that every time a episode go off, you waiting to see that next episode because you got to know what happened. It's like I need to know what's going to happen. What's about to happen to him or what happened to this person? You're gonna want to know.
I can't wait, man, and that's just what we need in the city. So let me ask y'all, like Baltimore, the state of Baltimore with the violence. How do y'all feel about that?
It's ridiculous, yo. Like, why can't we just come together and do what we need to do for real?
Talking to Mike, spin it around to you.
Why can't we just come together and do what we need to do? I mean, it's ridiculous that we sit here fighting with each other every day, yo, about nonsense.
What do you think the killing's about? Like, because I'm saying, like, I'm 40. I've been locked up most of my life. I've been shot up. Everything happened, right? And I done been locked up with niggas that did reckless shit, nigga shit that did for a reason. So I never was into, knocking the nigga what happened. But now it's feel like it's an opium crisis out here.
Oh,
Half the motherfuckers leaning.
I think the
Kids getting hit.
I think that's the problem though. It's the drugs. I mean, because when we was growing up, we wasn't using no drugs.
Yeah.
We wasn't.
Definitely
We was slowly selling it.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is that a lot of these little kids that's selling it is also using it. So their mind is delusional.
Yeah, and they use
It's no honestly out here in them streets there's no respect anymore.
Yeah.
You know, at one point in time it was a respect thing of, oh, don't touch him because that's such and such people. He's that person or this or that. Not this day and time. Nobody, they don't care who you are. That goes out the door. You say I'm such and such. All right, what that supposed to mean?
So what do you think for? Because it's like, what the fuck is these kids thinking? I'm saying like it's gangs out here, of course.
Cool.
I don't even think it's the gangs.
No.
Because Baltimore always been at when the gang shit hit. I always looked at it like shit.
It's going to die down.
I said it don't really mean nothing.
Yeah, it don't never
Because
last.
niggas gonna rob but they block, or they gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
For playing but they block for a gang.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
And the
just-
whole
that's
block
just-
ain't the gang. You will get hurt.
You know everything.
But I'm like, I just be like, what? I don't want to be the one stepping up, be like, yo, stop the violence and do this because I don't know if a nigga killed your mother. Nigga, kids get shot.
And that's why I say
I don't know if a nigga killed your brother. Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Retaliation. It could be a beef from the 80s that been going on 30 years. I don't know.
And that's the thing. Some beefs never end.
Right.
Some beefs never end.
Never end.
I mean, because you gotta think about it. If a person killed somebody's brother or cousin or homeboy, like best friend, and it's 20 years later, and you see that man, and then you come, and it could be a day where you come across your birthday. It's no, I'm talking about the person that got killed. It's his birthday, and you drinking, smoking, or doing whatever you doing, and he go reminiscing,
right?
And then man, yo around the corner, or yo on such and such, the nigga that did it,
right?
Now your mind frame is, you know what? Let's go get yo now. Even though it was 20 years ago, let's go Felicia. Like even though it was 20 years ago, is you know what I mean?
But that's why we gotta drown the word of love, yo. So at the end of the day, yo, like that's what we doing every day. We spreading love, like it can't be no other way for real. We're not doing nothing else than spreading love, yo. So at the end of the day, we about to start doing some giveaways. You know what I mean? Like giving to the homeless, shit like that, yo, and supporting bullying. You know what I mean? Shit like not supporting bullying, but you know what I'm saying? Against bullying.
Against bullying.
Yeah, right.
Of course. A lot of people took that and that went over their head. But that's what we
my biggest goal though, and my biggest goal is to make sure that the black community take their community back.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's honestly what I want the most for us as a black, because when you go in these Chinese community, it's their community. You go in these white community, it's their community. Everything is run by them.
Right.
When you come into a black community, we just live there and we pay rent in our own community. And nothing really, we don't own anything. As much as we talk about our block, that's my block, this my block, we don't own nothing on that block. No schools, no bars, no nothing. So that's the biggest thing that in the next couple years that I want to do is to teach, not just in Baltimore, start here, of course I'm gonna start in my own city, but across the United States, black community, take your community back.
I talk about that all the time. I feel like if we from this block and we clean this block up and buy these houses and buildings, we can't worry about the whole Baltimore. Everybody worry about themselves.
Worry about
where you from. Worry about your neighborhood and get that right. And if everybody worry about that, we have a spotless Baltimore. We can venture out and do other shit,
things,
connect with each other, cookouts, basketball games, football games,
and that's what we need to do.
You know what I'm saying? And that makes sense to me. And that's the goal. You know what I mean? That's the goal, and that's the hustle. But it's like, do you get these kids to understand that? Because I got a nephew, right? He's pretty good in school. He don't drink, he don't swim, he don't do the shit that I was doing when I was 15. And you know what I mean, he runs across problems in school. So I went up to the school and I asked the man, I looked at school and all these cameras. Now one camera's in the classroom. So I said, man, what if something happened in one of them classrooms and the kid take the window, or, you know, it just like, and then y'all telling the teachers don't jump in the fights.
Right.
So I said, did y'all call the parents and say your child won't be protected in school?
Right.
Did you call the parents and say, I'm not breaking up no fight?
Like the little kid that got stabbed in school.
Yeah. Do you call them and say, I'm not going to aid your child? You know what I mean? I'm not going to aid your child. I'm not going to do nothing for your child. I'm not going to getting into none of that. You know what I'm saying? You did. You on your own. You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what?
That's basically what they telling you.
That's the world we live in,
Yeah,
though.
that's basically what they telling you.
You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that in the school, I was pissed off. I said, man, y'all got my nephew in the school, somebody child. He tell you he's staying after to do some extra curriculum work, and he get jumped on, and y'all saying y'all can't identify the students, but all these cameras there, and then the teacher was right there, and you said, yeah, the teacher's not allowed to break up a fight. So hold up, man, why you ain't write the parents and tell them, hold up, if your kid get hurt in the classroom, I'm not helping him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's in the protection of the building, not safety is not in my hand, it's in the building hand. You know what I'm saying? I said
they need to really do
up.
something. They need to do something about the safety in school.
Yeah, it's terrible, man.
Because even before it gets, before it escalates, they should have a plan in place. Because I didn't think like with the stabbing thing, it took a while before he got the knife and did all that. So a plan should already. The teacher was there, and she should have already had, or it was a dude. So I think he should have already called other teachers or other staff members to come in to get this. Let's get this under control right now before it escalated to that point. Because even though the dude stabbed Shorty, and then we found out it was because of bullying, Shorty loses his life too. Because now he got to go to jail, and now he becomes a victim of the system and all that. So it's like it's a lose-lose situation on both ends.
Yeah, that's fun.
On both ends.
And then going to jail for 30, 40 years and
you a kid,
16,
man, you
man,
a kid.
it's like, wow.
Like you a child.
It's just it's crazy.
And the thing that I hate is that you got adults that don't know how to control their emotions. So it's hard to tell a child to control your emotions when you got grown men and women that don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
And you expect these 14, 15, 13, 12-year-old kids to know how to control their emotions when you got 30 and 40-year-old adults that don't know how to control their emotions.
And I think the kids, and I think that's trickling off to the kids, the attitude and the negative of their parents, and they seeing
the house, the way they upbringing, because it's a lot. Back when we was growing up,
right?
It was the neighbor could whip your head.
Yeah.
And these new parents are nobody. I don't care if he's right or wrong. Nobody better not touch my child. And that's their mind frame is. No matter if my child is wrong, I don't care if he cussed you out. You 80 years old, cussed you and threw a rock at you. Nobody better not correct him, and that's the problem. And these kids know that, and also they know that for a fact that if my mother touched me, I can call the police. And like these kids know that. Yeah, they know that. I think it was really actually set up for us to lose.
Yeah.
As black people, it was set up for us to lose.
Yeah.
It really was. They don't want to see us grow. And the best thing is where to start at, because started with who's supposed to be the future. So you start with the kids and you mess their mind frame up, then what's going to happen?
And I feel like they started this like perk epidemic. I got shot in like 2004, and
they knew what they was doing.
When I got out the hospital, I was on so many painkillers that was narcotics. It's ridiculous. So I didn't get the prescription filled for like a day. And I was cool. I didn't get it fulfilled the next day. I couldn't sleep. I was ill. And I was like, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't wait. So my cousin got up in the morning.
That's how they set it up.
And I asked him, like, yo, I feel bad. I couldn't see my bones hurt. So he like, let me see your prescription. So he like, oh, shit, yo, you got perks. You got this and that. And I wasn't familiar with perks back then. So I'm like, that's the shit. You feel me? I said, that's the shit that got me feeling like this. He said, yeah, man, you want the withdrawal. I said, I ain't taking that shit no more.
Right.
I said, man, I take that prescription, man. I had that feeling every time I don't got it.
A lot of these kids is getting locked in on that. They might get shot, they might get stabbed or something. And then they putting these perks in them and these pills in them, not knowing that it's cocaine and heroin and all that type of stuff in these pills. So they knew what they know what they're doing. You're addicting our kids at an early age.
Yeah.
I mean, Ritalin back when we was going Ritalin.
Yeah, I was on Ritalin.
I was on Ritalin. I got ADHD, so that's an addictive drug.
Yeah, I was on Ritalin.
And none of us needed it.
I ain't needed. I need ass whipping. That's all I need.
I ain't need no Ritalin.
I need ass whipping.
That's it. That was it.
And I felt like,
but our parents at that time was so blind because they listened. Because I felt like a lot of our parents probably was looking at it. I'm not a doctor.
Right.
And that's a lot of our problem because we not doctors and scientists and stuff like that. Whatever the doctors say, we gonna go with it. That's like if I don't know how to fix a car, I ain't a mechanic. So my mechanic tell me that this is messed up. I don't know, or that's what you saying. Okay,
Right.
I'm gonna pay you the money to do it. And I think that's what happened with these Ritalins and all these drugs that got into our kids' system. Is that the doctors said, "Well, your child need this," and me as a parent, not me, but I'm saying our parents as parents is all right. Well, you the doctor, you must be right,
Yeah.
and they was wrong.
And that was fucked up because these kids out here that's fucking up is our kids. I remember girls that was pregnant at
I ain't even get
16
no
and
leg
17, and now they kids is 20, 22,
Shoot.
23, 24
Right.
years old, under 25. So I'm like, damn, I was my early teenagers having babies, and you know what I mean? I don't know.
And I think that's another thing too that messed the kids up. Cause I remember hearing, when we was kids, and we ain't like the way our parent probably treated us. Like, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. This parenting part.
Right.
A lot of these kids, a lot of these new parents are not parents. They're not parenting their children.
Homeboys and homegirls.
They're homeboys and homegirls with their kids. There's no parenting their children. So when a kid go outside and do the dumb stuff, a lot of them are with it.
Yeah,
a lot of them are cool with it.
Pops say
That's all they know.
From it. So my son did that. It's a lot of dudes that like to hear that they son out there. Yeah, my son wear you out. Or my son getting to it. Or my son doing this. Instead of being a father. Instead of being a father to him.
That's what Moose said in his rap, Dum Dum. My mother said, "What the fuck is you doing? That's your son."
Right.
He said a rap like, "My mother told her, father, what the fuck are you doing? That's your son." Like, yeah.
I mean, you got a lot of these fathers giving their kids drugs.
That's crazy.
Like a lot of
I
fathers.
heard of it, yo. That's crazy,
Man, listen,
yo.
It's fathers out here giving their children the drugs to sell. Hey,
That's wild.
they looking at it like, oh, you gonna do it? You might as well just do it for me. But nah, why?
But I
mean, I do understand the concept of it.
Yeah, because that's all mafia rules.
Yeah,
like,
I understand the concept of it.
I mean,
a lot of them don't.
The bloodline.
A lot of them can talk him out of it.
I feel like the father ain't strong enough in the business because the father's a big boss and he know the son.
Yeah.
His son shouldn't have to do it. But
Right.
a father in the game
Right.
is like,
He should already
you got
set
3
shit up.
sons. You can see it's like
Yeah, I see this and
Godfather.
that son.
It's like
I know.
Godfather.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
Mike,
course.
you had
Mike
Sonny,
wasn't
you had
supposed to be
Fredo.
there.
Well, Vito knew that Michael had it in him, but Michael was trying so hard to fight it.
Right.
Sonny was just like Vito, out the muscle, and Fredo was the weak link.
Yeah, he the weak.
Fredo Corleone was the weak
link.
fucking link.
He said it out his mouth.
You know
I
what
knew
I mean?
Fredo. Yeah,
Fredo was soft.
Yeah, Fredo. He knew Fredo.
what happened? You know what I'm saying?
Fredo was the reason why Daddy got shot.
Yeah.
He dropped the fumble with the.
Yeah, so you know what I mean. So I think when you in this business, because one thing I like to say to all the hustlers and street people, that's not act like we ain't street niggas. Like Jay-Z say, say hustlers. What he say, people, let's stop acting like Tupac and have a nose ring too.
Right.
And what he meant by that is like, come on, cut it out.
Cut it out.
I remember my
Y'all
father.
love pop.
I started hustling when I was about 14. And I remember my father. He could have beat me up. He could have did a lot of shit, but if he put his hands on me, I was never coming back around. You get what I'm saying? I was running away, and then after a while, if he did it too many times, me and the homie was going to have a problem about it.
Right.
So instead, I felt like, your daughter, I feel like you got to whoop her ass. Your son, at a certain age, he's a man.
Yeah.
He's a fucking man, bro. Like, I don't want nobody cuss me out on the blogs and shit, but he's a fucking man. And a father can see when it's in his son and can see when it ain't.
Always be my baby boy. Yo.
Yeah, it's gonna be your
He's
baby
gonna
boy.
be a man, but that's gonna always be my baby boy.
But a lot of us.
But if he tell you he with the shits and it ain't no stop, and all you can do is tell him about the shits,
right?
And what you know about the shits to be safe in the shits, because
God
he getting into the shits.
Coming at.
Right. A lot of us.
I don't give a fuck what my son get into. Whatever he get into, yo, he gonna be the best for real. But at the end of the day, yo, I'm gonna teach him towards the right track and the right route, so he can do what he need to do and be the man that he need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, bro.
So that's why I'm raising a king, yo. I ain't raising nothing else other than that, yo.
And you're in a good field to show him that it's more thing. You ain't got to do what daddy
do to it. That's
you know what I'm saying?
And it's also
everything I'm doing, yo, I'm doing for the kids, but my family.
It's also to show these kids that basketball ain't the only. Basketball rap ain't the only way.
Exactly.
Yo, bro.
Exactly.
I'm gonna share this with y'all. I swear to God, yo, by any means necessary. I remember being in my first acting gig, being Garrett Morgan for Black History Month at Dr. Martin Luther King Elementary School. And I felt like back then, if that was a part of school, See, I was taught to get a trade and
Yeah,
work and get in the union and do all this other shit.
That's what I was.
That ain't what I wanted to do
at all.
You understand what I'm saying? That ain't what I wanted to do. You know, and that's the truth. And I was like, damn, what if I would have knew about the school from the arts, because I tell the nigga like I was in DC. You know what I'm saying? I had lead paint poison at a long time. I was in Kennedy Krieger from like 5 to 12. I was fucked up off that shit, but I accelerated because I could think. I wasn't dumb as they thought I was dumb because I'm the original man. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm a Native American, so I'm saying I know what's up. It's coming out me. I'm poisoned from the shit that y'all building your houses from.
Right.
So that fucked you up, and they put you on.
It was that gold though.
And I remember I was so hard headed, and my grandma would pump me up with the Ritalin, put it in me, and the Ritalin ain't do shit, but had me stuck on stupid for hours. Yeah. Quiet. I said that's not regular. I knew at 10 this ain't regular for a kid just to be quiet.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I always had a voice.
I used to sit in that class and just go numb.
You go numb. You go numb. It calms you down. It takes the power out of being a little boy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
A child period.
A child period.
Whether it's a little girl or a boy, it takes you being a child away from
my mother used to give it to me right before I got in school for real.
Yeah,
so
you're gonna be dumbfounded shit in school.
Fuck.
And then the teacher is
fuck. ADHD ain't even a fucking disease, yo. Come on, yo, that's some shit that's made up. At the end of the day, I'm real hype, but at the end of the day, that shit ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, that's just some shit that them white people made up.
It's your tribe, like.
But I ain't never heard a white boy having HD.
I never heard none of that shit. You know what I mean? Like, nah,
I ain't hear that growing up.
I heard it when in prison where they try to get over.
Yeah, when they try,
they try to classify.
I got this, got colon cancer. What the fuck
out of here?
Come on, man, knock it off. You know what I mean? And I was telling my homegirl like years ago. She said her son was autistic, and I was like, yo. I don't believe it. Yo. I don't believe it. I said because they don't pump him full of medicine and the shit they tell him. Let him be himself.
That's true though.
You know what I mean? And he loves race cars. I'm saying that man driving the Indy 500 one day. You gotta find him something he like.
Right.
Because I saw him like 60 Minutes or something. That an autistic guy. He works for Walt Disney. And he do different voices.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he do voices.
He do different voices.
At the end of the day, they still in there.
The one that do Mickey and
that's what them doctors doing to you.
I seen an autistic guy that playing basketball.
Yeah, so it
don't need flu shots. Ain't no fucking flu shots, yo.
So y'all gotta give me this, man. Both of y'all, man. Give me y'all top 5 Baltimore hip hop artists. Just you gotta go Baltimore, then we can go anywhere else. Baltimore.
Top 5 Baltimore.
I only listen to a couple niggas. Ain't too bad.
Man, I'm just saying you gotta give them to me.
Top 5.
Moose, Gola, YG Tech, my man, Chugwap. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. Yo, Lil Trap. You know what I mean?
Say you got 5. You come on. You got 2 more. Cause you was just turned. You was gone, bro.
Hey, yo, I keep a handful. You know, I don't keep.
I love that shit.
You know what I mean? I don't keep
my top 5 is Lil Nay, Lil D, of course, Scooter when he was here.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh, and Jerry Holmes, my bad, yo. I ain't mean to cut you off. My little brother, yo, he dope as shit, yo. My bad, yo. Say the best for last, yo. They say the best for last. You know what I mean?
The end of the butt freestyle, bringing niggas in.
Say no more.
And I'm bringing 3 artists underground, and I will let them introduce themselves. Tell them where you can find that on social media, and I'm letting them go.
I got bring
Mix Savage too, yo. Mix Savage, my
I got to bring Nay in here for that one. Yep. But yeah, so my 5 would be Nay, D, Scooter.
Lord D?
Yeah, Lord D. That's my guy.
What's up with D? Is he working, man?
Yeah, he's got.
You talking D from Longwood, right?
Yeah, that's my man.
Yeah,
I was just with him.
Yo, I need D in here.
I was just with him Sunday.
Yes, my dick curly head motherfucker, man.
Well, he got he cut the hair.
Yeah, man. D was nice, very aggressive on the mic.
That's my guy. I was with him Sunday. He got some stuff.
Yeah, they told me he's coming return.
The theme song for the show. He's on the theme song for the show.
Yes.
But of course there'll be them 3, and Scooter, Moose. You said 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh, my cousin Keys. I got my man 40 Shorty Key. You know, like y'all haven't heard of him just yet, but Shorty got something. He got a story to tell. Shorty really got a story to tell, and he got the voice for it.
Definitely.
You know, some people know how to rap, or some people know how to flow, but the voice, Shorty got a voice for it. So, and it's but actually, I listen to a lot of more Baltimore artists than mainstream anyway. Like I like a lot of Baltimore artists.
I gotta have it on my playlist.
Yeah, I love the Baltimore artists. So Like the only actual, honestly, the only mainstream artist I really listen to probably is Jeezy, Jay-Z, because that's my favorite rapper of all time.
I made my top 10.
Jones.
Nah, Jay my favorite rapper of all time. So.
Oh, you like Jimmy?
Oh, Jimmy.
Love Jimmy, man.
You like Jimmy?
That's my motherfucking
nigga. Give me give me the top 5 industry niggas now, man.
Talk your top 5.
Kiss, Fat, Jimmy, definitely. Motherfucker. That's my top list right there. You Dolph.
Yeah, 4. What more? You got it. That's $1 million. I can't get your car with you.
And Bag.
Money bag. I like the new Money Bag. Yo, see, shout out. Usually we don't shout out mainstream niggas that already made it, but shout out the Bags, man. That new CD touches, but it ain't fucking with that Excuse the Mud.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not. Yo, when you get in your car, come on, man.
Yeah, cause that shit raw.
Bring the pros out when it's lit. Bring the pros out when it's lit. I might gotta play that. I might gotta play a song or something from that joint, but that's the greatest, yo. And Baltimore is just, I love the space outside of the negativity that we in.
Yeah,
I love the space that we in.
That's a major.
Hey, real quick though, it's one
That's
more
a major
person
key
that I gotta shout out.
Yeah,
and
come on.
She's actually in the show too. She's his plug, and when I say
she's his plug.
Yeah, she's his plug.
He gave us a fucking exclusive. He said the fucking
she's
plug.
The plug.
Shit.
And on that rapping tip,
yeah,
y'all gotta check my girl JD Polo out.
JD.
I need a hand, man.
Yeah,
I need female artists to come in this bitch. I'm
gonna call her when we leave from here, but yeah.
I had 3 female artists. I had Princess Amore. I had CZ Baby. And I had Tony Austin daughter. Forget her name.
The Princess.
Yeah, she sing her ass off. And I got more.
Well, listen, I got my girl JD Polo, and I'm gonna bring my little sister Niece Too Much.
Yeah, I need a
man.
And I had the girl from I had the girl that fuck with my man Fatality in their group. She had a nice song too. Hopefully I could upload their joint tomorrow too. But yeah, I like those female artists, man. You know what I'm saying? Just being a hip hop head myself and being an artist myself. I love that shit.
Yo, I love to see a woman grind, yo.
Yeah,
ain't nothing like it.
Ain't nothing like it, boy.
Yeah.
I love to see a woman grind.
Respect the female hustle. For us being men and these females, man, you gotta endorse. And I feel like the city girls open up a door for them, because girls be struggling if they're gonna be lyrical, they're gonna be this, and I just be like, one thing about me as an artist, and if I'm managing something, man, yo, be yourself. Lose yourself in the music. Lose yourself in the moment and control the microphone and the beat. Other than that, it might not be the best song. Right. It might not be the slickest song, but man, you got a million songs to go.
Be yourself.
You know what I mean? Right. You got 990.
And shout out to another little kid coming up from our neighborhood. He from down McCullough Homes. Hayes Boy Smoke. You gotta get my man in here.
Yeah, man.
My man Hayes Boy Smoke. Yeah. I'm talk to him later. Yeah.
Man. So shout what type of artist he is? So out of all those artists, man, who you think the best? See, that's what I'm saying. You got all these locals, but who the one you say, yo, he got it?
It's tough, because honestly, all of them got it. Really, they all got it.
The whole goddamn Baltimore got it. Shout out to Baltimore.
What they talking about? It's like it's
the whole fucking Baltimore got it.
The thing about the best is when my best might not be your best.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? It's about what you want to hear, and that's what music or anything like this, even the movies. It's about what you want to see.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's a lot of people that ain't gonna like the show because they don't want to see that what's going on in the show. Yeah. You know what I mean? So. For me, the best of them is no one that's really the best. They all telling their story.
I respect that.
They really is. They all telling their story, and they all nice. Each person I just named is somebody that I can really sit in a car, drive, or sit in the house and really listen to.
It's all about that
and not want to turn it off.
It's all about that vibe.
It's a lot of artists, especially mainstream artists, that I ain't trying to hear that. It's a lot of them that I only know their songs because it's on the radio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? won't buy a CD because you listen to that CD. The curve deserve it. And you know it. It's the curve.
I just want Baltimore, man. I just want Baltimore, yo. Like, because I feel like everybody around us had their shop. DC, Glizzy, Trav, Light Show, Goldlings.
It's Baltimore turn.
Nonchalant, Chuck, Junkyard Band. You know what I'm saying? They got some hitters now there.
It's
VA, Pusha, Timberland, Missy, Pharrell, you know what I mean, Man Scales, you know what I mean, Philly.
And we got some good producers too.
Actually,
we got some good beat makers and all that.
Yes, sir.
Pyrex.
We got some
Big
good
producer. Shout out to Pyrex, 808 Mafia, man. Big things going on with him. So, you know what I mean? I feel like the producers lit anyway.
Yeah.
I feel like more or less.
Yeah.
We got
I love
talent,
DJs and producers.
We definitely got talent, yo.
And
We got a lot of fucking talent.
We get overlooked due to all the bullshit, yo. So at the end of the day, yo, like, let's stop the bullshit, yeah.
What I do see is a lot of people love Baltimore.
Yeah.
These people love us.
Who don't like excitement though? You know what I'm saying?
They love Baltimore.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot of people that shout out city out.
But
it's a problem that they won't get. They don't give us. They just shout out for the
city though, yo.
I think they shout us out for the wrong things though. The wrong reason.
They
going for the wrong.
Yeah,
they going for the wrong things that they shouting us out for. Cause there's a lot of talent in Baltimore City.
You motherfucker.
All around. I'm talking about all around the board. It's a lot of talent in the city.
Definitely.
A lot of talent.
Definitely.
So you guys single or married or?
I'm single, man. It's $1.
Man, give me your top 5 bitches. Excuse me. Give me your top 5 bitches and give me your 3 best women.
Okay, let's go.
You know what I mean? Just when you crack, cause man, the way you acting in that service, man, you gonna make a lot of money. So you ain't got to worry about being single for so long. You can stay single, but you know.
His best scene was when he was with the girl who was baby mama. That's his best scene.
Yeah.
That was his best scene.
Oh man, I got
Don't get in trouble.
See, the thing about me, for real, like I'm good with names. I ain't good with names. I'm good with faces. You know what I mean?
Riri.
So,
Riri gotta be on the list. The
Riri.
girl that sing "Booed Up," she gotta be on the list.
Ella May?
Ella May gotta be on the list.
You keep naming.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah,
I'm gonna let you know.
I mean, Ella May.
Ella May, definitely, yo.
See, I don't want to say the ones I like because I'm a man. Yeah, I'm a fat boy. You know, they always confuse me with a dyke. Because I always think I look like a girl, so I get that everywhere I go. Excuse me, miss. I'll be mad as a motherfucker. So I'm saying I want to keep my girls that like fat boys, cute fat boys to myself. But I'm just throwing some out there that you posed to like.
Right.
Riri, you know, everybody love
Rihanna. Me personally, yo, I just like a woman, yo. Like I want you to be you. I don't like all that.
I want a Claire Hustable.
I
want Claire.
She was.
I need a Claire.
But at the end of the day, yo, give me a queen, yo. Give me a woman that builds substance for real. I want some that build substance, baby. Give me something to look forward to.
I like Jill Scott too.
You know?
Yeah.
India Ivory.
New Jill.
India Ivory.
India.
I like mine. I like India Ivory mine.
I love it.
You know what I mean? I love
her. Woman.
I do hustle.
I love her.
You know what I mean?
And that's the most important.
And I like Jennifer Lopez.
A female. Hold on. A female that's gonna grind with me.
Shit like that.
Instead of just looking at me to like grind with me, baby.
But
give me ideas.
This money, you gotta remember this though.
Baby.
With this business, we get this money like
it'd
be a long time before we can find a soulmate.
Yeah.
Once you get in the loop and your shit start blowing
hey,
up, and they start ringing bells.
That shit gonna come.
Be hard to find Mrs. Right. It just do because it's like you trust.
Find me, baby. You find me, boo.
That's how I feel about it, though. That's how I feel about it. So when is the first episode end? Or you not sure yet?
Yeah, we still working on that. It's going to be next month.
Next month, definitely though.
It's definitely going to be next month. So I'm looking either the last Sunday or the Sunday before the last. So either the 21st or the 28th. We're still working on that.
It's airing on Amazon.
Amazon Prime.
No YouTube.
No YouTube.
And I'm just telling you, man, like, because I wasn't bullshitting with you, man. I'm going to show you something, man. You ain't got to keep the motherfucking camera on me, Kenny, but show this man something. See, I'm an Amazon Prime member.
Okay.
So I'm saying when that joint pop
and that's
up,
the goal, to get the whole show on there.
I start looking
for
it. See,
that's the goal.
I'm an Amazon Prime dude.
Okay.
I plays where I looked it up earlier.
Yeah, it's coming.
Look, everything say the rise. I was looking for the trailer.
No, it ain't the real rise.
You know what I mean? I know, but all of them with the rise on it. So I was like, let me look my man up.
No, it's not on there yet. The trail ain't even on there just yet. But it's coming. It's coming on there first.
When you leave, man, put the trailer snippet in my DM so I can put it on my page.
Definitely.
You got that in the DM and do this, man. And I just appreciate. Us, man. I told it a while back, right? And this is the true story. I said on Instagram, you know, with the few followers I got, I said I declare myself no longer a black man. So people look at me like I'm stupid. I said, for now, you know, I'm a Native American.
Right.
And people say, man, you went crazy. I said, nah, I did a little bit of phony research for about 2 hours. And all the research I came up with is that my family come from something South Carolina. My granddaddy came from Columbus. All of them was there, and I found out it was probably like 23, don't quote me on this, 23, 24 reservations. You know what I mean? Dating back to like, you know, older than my grandma would have been. You know what I'm saying? So I say it's 100 or 200 years going on with this. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. I feel like I'm not black.
My problem always was being called a black man. And
you ain't black, but you're not a black man.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. So this was my
Native American.
But this was my only thing always being called a black man. My skin ain't black. My skin brown.
Bro, you an Indian.
Right. And so when you say black man, because I was always wondering, like, what do you mean when you say that's a black man? Because I'm not black. I'm brown skin.
Right. When you hear the story of Christopher Columbus, it say he discovered America, right?
No, he didn't.
But no, we know that. But the Indian was here. I'm from Baltimore. As far as I can go back with my bloodline, Joe, I can tell a nigga, no. I tell you, from my father's side, my father, my daddy, his family, his mother, them, they from West Virginia. So I said they from West Virginia.
My whole family.
So up in West Virginia,
when you get to my grandmother,
it's mountains. So you know
they from Virginia.
They kind of like
or South.
They mix
South Carolina, Virginia, but they from down that.
When I looked up South Carolina, it's hot down there.
And that's where a lot of my people are from.
You feel me? And then a lot of Indians, you know what I mean, from South America, North America, over there, Kansas, Denver, Colorado. And I looked at, you know, my grandfather. He from he from West Virginia. So West Virginia, it takes you into the Midwest. Yeah. So I said, damn, what was, you know, maybe granddaddy's people. Right, listen, maybe it's people migrated from the Rocky Mountains and got to West Virginia. Right. I look at my grandma. I said, Grandma. She told my grandma when she died, she's about 90 years old. Nice to sit around just listen to my grandmother's story. That was the kick of my life. Me, I'm an older nigga, but I love people 30 years older than me just telling me the story. Because I like to be updated. Right. It's nothing like the history that your grandmother got on your old school uncle. It's nothing like what he know. Just like if I make it to see 80, I could tell these kids stories from the 80s, the 90s, something I ain't been through. So niggas that was around in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, they important to me. Definitely. It's better than school.
But a lot of these kids don't have that.
They don't have that.
A lot of these kids don't have that. But they won't go sit down and talk to the. They won't sit down and talk.
They say you're old folk, but we know as older niggas sit down. So when I did the research, I said, dang, my grandmother come from Columbus, South Carolina. My granddaddy come from something South Carolina. The South had the most slaves ever. I said, damn, yo, all these people wasn't people that was migrated from Africa. If the Indians was here first, it has to be 80% of Americans gotta be Indian.
Yeah. They got to.
It's no way possible that if Christopher Columbus bumped over here, I say, yo, my bloodline here.
What'd he do?
You feel me?
His peoples had to rape Indians and stuff.
And I say, yo, we got black in us because, you know, Africa and all that, cool. But I said, yo, I'm a Native American. Yeah. For real, like, I don't know nobody born in no other country in my family as I can remember. My 40 years of living. You feel me? My grandmother, 90 years of living. It date back to the deep south.
And Africa had nothing to do with it.
Africa has nothing to do with
nothing
it.
to do with it.
You know what I'm saying? Africa has nothing to do with it, bro. You feel me?
But that's
point blank.
A lot of people won't look at the history, though.
They just people don't look at the history.
I think a lot of people just go with the government.
Shot.
Huh?
He yeah, my man. Shout out to Clebo in here, man. We just want to get him out the gate. Yeah. He might need to get out the gate. Yeah. That boy, he's tipping up steps and he looking for a way.
He looking for.
Yeah, that's my man. We do this every day though. But yeah, that's how I said. And I said on Instagram, I would no longer be calling myself African American. I would no longer check off black on them. Yeah, I would check off Native American or other because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. I know I got some Africans inheritance because of my nappy hair and the way it beat up. All right, I know. So it's the Africans mixed with the Indians. Yeah, that's cool. But hey, man, yeah, we know they was brought over here on the ship. So when they was brought over here on the ship and they was fighting, you know what I mean? The Indians were slaves and the black was slaves. So we was all on plantation and they made it.
We got it all in us.
They made it. Yeah, they made it. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna say. I say, man. I told him, man. I'm like 80%. I'm like 80%. 80%. I'm like, I feel like I'm 80% Indian, 20% African. That's just it.
Yeah.
For me, I don't know how y'all feel, but just for me, that's what I think.
I ain't gonna lie, I've been looking at it like that.
Yeah, you got to, yo, when you
because
start
y'all
making
learned
sense.
that when I started really reading it. And that's another problem. A lot of our kids don't read.
Yeah, because you can Google everything.
Yes, you can learn anything you want. I don't want to spoil it, but I'm writing a script about something. But
we in an era where we got all the knowledge that we can access for real. A lot of people just don't.
I'm writing a script about a certain part of time in our history.
Yeah,
that's not talked about a lot. It's not talked about a lot.
That's what I say, but you gotta watch it.
No, I know. I look at it. I've been looking at documentaries, and hopefully one day I can go talk to some of the people that was. Well, a lot of them was kids when it happened. So they're old, but they was kids actually when it happened. So it'll be a lot of talking to people who was a part of it, children. You know, them telling them what happened. But it's a story that I'm writing, and I don't want to spoil it. So, but it's a story that I'm writing that I know for a fact. I need a big budget, and I know for a fact them people ain't gonna want to give it to me. So I'm gonna go have to talk to people like Jay-Z and Oprah and them. But and hopefully they put that budget behind.
The rides take off, and you got your own money.
Yeah.
See, this is what I think about Nipsey.
And that's what I'm hoping.
He talked too much about what he was doing.
Yeah.
It should have just popped up.
And that's why I'm not saying what it is.
Exactly.
Or
because I'm
but I promise you.
Shout out to Nipsey.
Yeah, shout out to Nipsey.
Rest in peace to Nipsey, and the marathon continue.
Shorty, his struggle, everything, yo, he really like.
It's a
he
story.
put love back into his hood for real. Yeah. Same way what we try to do here. So at the end of the day, I respect him.
And it's a story that's really going to make people cry. It's going to make people. I promise.
Because what made you cry was This Is Us.
Yeah.
You ain't a real nigga. That don't hurt. That didn't hurt. That man went through. It hurt.
I wanted to.
It was mad like it kind of like make you go to Royal Farms looking for one.
That's what this movie is going to do to y'all. I
definitely
promise you that not the rise. I ain't talking about the rise. I'm talking about the one that I'm working on now. This one is going to be a movie that I'm working on. That's going to give you that same feeling.
What inspired you to do this, man? Because I remember y'all sent me the briefers and I scanned through it. So you've been writing for a while since a kid. My man, his shit just too cool.
Oh yeah,
that motherfucker there, man. Look, man. No, I'm just saying. I read it and I was like, all right. But I was like, yeah, this one right here, he the big star, man. Like I say, you're the big guy, like Ghost in Power. He's gonna be a big star.
Well,
but the writing thing, where that come in at with you?
Definitely.
Listen. Honestly, I've been writing since I was probably 7-8 years old. Like really writing. Crazy part about Oblivion Elementary. I wrote a book, and I was because my two favorite things to ever do is read and write.
Right.
Forget all the street and all that. I love reading and like writing. Right. So I wrote a book when I was 9 years old, and the book was about. It was about post-slavery, a family straight out of after slavery was ended, and their struggles of trying to cope that now I ain't slave, I'm out on my own, and her family and kids and stuff. So my teacher at Liberty, she read the book and she was going to help me publish it. Now mind you, I'm 9 or 10 years old, and she was going to help me publish this book. But when she read it, she did not believe that I was the one that wrote it. And all she kept on saying was, "Well, who helped you write this book?" And I'm telling her like, nobody helped me write it. Like I wrote it myself. My aunt even telling her, "No, he wrote it." Like I watched him sitting on the steps writing this book. That was back then, way before phone. I was actually writing it.
Right.
Yeah. She didn't believe it, and my book never got published. And I don't know what happened to it. And then another thing that happened was.
Wow,
back
that's crazy.
Back in elementary,
that's crazy.
Back in elementary school, we used to. I don't know if y'all remember when they had the you read a book and you tell them what the book was about and everything. You send it in to the city, and it was a white girl. I still remember this day. She was on ABC News, Channel 13. She was on all the news stations. Right. They gave her a scholarship and all that. She read 12 books. 12 books throughout this one school year. And of course, at that time when elementary kids ain't reading that 10 many books. And we ain't talking about Dr. Seuss books. We reading real books. Yeah. I read her 12 books and 40 more.
Dang.
And all I got for graduation was a trophy that said Super Rita. That's all I got.
Shorty got how they treat us though.
Yeah, I got a trophy about this high, and it said Super Rita. They presented it at my at Liberty Elementary graduation, and that's what they gave me. And I remember looking at the news like, hold up, the 12. And when she was showing the book, man, I read them books. I read them.
That's fucked up, yo.
And I ain't gonna lie, it discouraged me.
Yeah, it discouraged you. It definitely
a little bit.
It would.
I was like, you know what? Maybe I ain't going. And then, of course, after that, I went to Garrison, and I don't just write books, and I write music and all that. Like I got 2 little CDs on that I did, and I wrote a couple songs for other people. Pennsylvania Avenue just did something else to me. Once I got down there,
it blocked you.
Yeah, it really did.
It blocked.
But and he can tell you, when we was 14, I was 14 or 15. I wrote a movie for us. It was supposed to be for me and my homeboys. We was going to get a camera and just act it. But I wrote it.
Right.
What happened to it was that was on the computer days. When phones wasn't that advanced at the time. So I was writing on the computer. And my little cousin, she ain't doing it on purpose. But my little cousin accidentally, she was doing what she was doing, accidentally deleted the script. And it was like it just kept happening. I swear, like I would write a script and it would keep happening. Like somebody one time, my other little cousin did it. She playing on the computer doing what she doing, deleted the script. So I never ever got a chance to actually finish a script. This is the first thing that I actually got to finish. Yeah, was really. And the crazy
shout out to that.
That's crazy.
This started out as a movie. When I first started writing it, I started out as a movie. I was writing it to be a movie. But then as I'm writing it, I'm starting to look what's going on. I'm like, you know what? Hold up.
This is a service.
So much more can go on to this.
I feel like Surge should have 10 years, like Fire.
And
the Rise. So listen, the Rise, if it's 10 episodes, 10 years, that's 200 episodes. And then to go out with a bang, it's the movie.
Oh, we gonna go out with a bang.
Yeah,
I promise.
But
eat your heart out.
Guess what? The bang ain't in 2029.
Yeah, we gonna,
I mean,
we
2029.
We gonna go out with a bang. But I promise y'all,
I'll be 50 then. We be getting
what?
We be doing it. We gonna have, it'll be cool.
50. So you'll be 50. 20. You said 20, right?
No, I said 10 years.
All right, I'll be 44.
So I'm just saying. So we like we on some bullshit. And you just it's just like rich shit. Bunch of rich nigga shit.
15 movies out, another 3 TV shows out by then. So
yes. I think I want to retire with my 2 because I got the one I'm writing. I think is really really tough, and then the second one I felt like I got to go for another audience.
Is it different? Yeah.
That's just and personally from one writer to another, it's like a whole different audience. Like this, like in the fall, I'm coming out with another podcast, but it's about sex, love, and relationships. I'm about to start the advertisement in June, so I said I do this on Mondays and Wednesdays, and that's gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sundays. Okay. And I basically want this podcast to be. We going all in with it. Yeah. No opinion counts. Just the truth.
I like that.
That's the saying. No opinion counts. Just the truth.
That's another thing.
Dope as shit.
Everything else that I'm writing, and that's why I need my phone back. I mean, Purdy's got my phone, and all my scripts is in that phone.
That's serious.
Like all my scripts.
You got backup Google and Google One and all that shit.
Well, it's an iPhone, so I guess it's on my iCloud.
I'll say the fucking
name. But the thing about it is, I did not want to get caught up to be the writer that's only can write street stuff. That was the one thing I didn't want to be labeled as. Oh, he a street dude, he a street nigga, and that's all he can write is street stuff. And so the movies that I'm writing, he's seen a couple of them. The movies that I'm writing has nothing to do with the streets.
That's perfect.
Totally different from the streets. I'm writing.
One of my web series don't have nothing to do with the streets.
That's the one thing I don't want to get labeled as. I don't want to be in a label. That's my one thing that I don't want to be labeled. Oh, well, you need a street show, go get Speedy. Nah, if you need that show, come get Speedy.
I feel like this.
No, because Scorsese, and I'm because what I do a lot is look at a lot of writers and directors interviews. I do that a lot.
Podcasts all day. That's why I tell my man. I tell him this. I say, you go on this fucking phone. I know about Joe Button's podcast, Elliot Wilson, Spinoff, Cigar Talk, Drink Champs, Lip Service. Because I study these Wallow and Gilly the Kid, $1 million worth of game. I don't play about it. Because I said at the end of the day, I love what they doing, but they the competition.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. We drink Hennessy together and shake hands. That's Hollywood for you. He's the competition. And until we become the competition together, he's a competition. And I learned this in Hollywood. Man, niggas be best of friends, but being caught Monday morning fighting. Man, I taught you that. I taught you that. And then guess what? I'm going to your daughter graduation. And dinner's on me. Right, it's a doggy dog world. Yeah. But where we come from, we look at things like violence is the key. Especially Baltimore. But in the reality world, hey, man, you can have an argument. Man, fuck you. You ain't gonna pay me $100,000.
If I got $1 million, $100 million deal, I'll still call you Monday. I need you in on this.
I need you to do it. I need you to do it.
If I'm pissed off with Baltimore, if I'm pissed off with you,
my bad. I
want to kill you.
No, because we can't live here no more. We live in Maryland, but we live in Potomac and Bethesda. Or downtown Baltimore. I don't want to be. I don't want to meet you nowhere where you get the gangster back in you. If you catch me in my area, then I gotta be that area nigga. But if you catch me somewhere, I say, look,
but we shouldn't have to
Speedy,
be
fuck that. Yeah. But the reality of it, Speedy, fuck that.
Really,
you owe me $10 million for the last movie. Gave me for that
because I ain't looking to take you to court.
No, we got Jay-Z, Spike Lee, Clint Eastwood, and Steven Spielberg money. $10 million is like me taking $10 and say, boy, go get you some gas money. And that's what they told me. They say in Hollywood, they say, motherfuckers being caught. Y'all see that on TMZ, they fighting in court. Y'all say, yo, you go to their backyard, that man right there with that man. Because he told him, you ain't gonna get your money unless you go to court. And my lawyer's better than your lawyer, so you better settle out now. Look, I cut you a check for $2 million.
I told him this. I've been telling a lot of people, and I told this is my first interview ever.
Thank you. I
want your broadcast to hear this first. In 10 years, a meeting with me is going to be a life changer for anybody to have a meeting with me.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, Speedy. Let's talk about it.
A life
Speedy.
That's my goal.
I want to hold on. I'm going to cut you off.
Let's talk about it.
I want to start a T-shirt with me and you today.
Okay.
A meeting with me in 10 years. It's a life changing experience.
Yeah, it's going to be a life changer.
That's dope.
I believe it.
I mean that.
You got to.
With me in 10 years from now, if you can be able to say, I got a meeting with Speedy.
That's big.
Know that your life is about to change.
That's big.
My man.
Because I'm going to change your life.
I had one homeboy named Speedy. We went to Emerson together.
Okay.
And he rapped. And we was in me, Scar Akbar, and Speedy.
Hey, shout out to my man Scar. Shout out to Scar, man.
And Big Tiger. I forget his real name. But me and Scar. And I'm going to tell you something, right? It's just funny when you said your name Speedy. It just killed me all day. I remember Scar was the leader of the clan. He was so serious. He was having photo shoots, going to real studios, and rapping was just a hobby. You know what I mean? Yeah. Some niggas be focused, man, until you can't be focused no more. Right. And they get it how they supposed to get it. I'm a firm believer of that. But 10 years from now, I believe that.
Yeah,
that meeting is huge, right?
It's gonna be listen. I'm telling y'all first, in 10 years, within these next 10 years,
2029,
a meeting with Speedy. If you can be able to say, hey, I got a meeting with Speedy Carter, know that your life is going to change. That's my...
What you say, Kitty? I listen, my man got some hats out. I would have had it on. That's why y'all see the digi braids today.
Okay.
But this shit raw dope. It's
raw dope, baby. Yeah.
I get bipped up Friday. Yeah. But
listen, no cut.
My man got a campaign, man. I thought it was great. It's called Race You to $1 Million. You might.
I like that.
If you look at my, I think last podcast I had it on, bro. Monday, I upload that. That was uploaded for Monday. I had the hat on. He's part of the endorsements, like dudes endorsements, because people always ask me how you make money in this shit, and it's like, okay, it's like podcasts is like the new radio.
Yeah.
How we make money in this shit is people say, like right now, the cameras are elevated to where as though you can't see the water bottles. Mm-hmm. You can't see the Hennessy. Mm-hmm. You can't see the Canada Dry because they ain't paying me.
Right.
If my team would tell me if we was to do this, I will rip this off. Mm-hmm. This will be black. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? This will be black and none of this will be on the table.
We had to do that for the show.
Yeah.
We had to do the same
because what I mean? My uncle told me, my businessman, she told me, hey, we not putting this on the table and get them reasons to make money.
Yeah.
That ain't the way this thing work. We ain't doing that. We ain't putting Canada Dry on the table. That's Canada Dry sending the check.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just my thing. And I felt like when I'm looking for sponsors, I say, yo, you know what? I'm looking for sponsors within Baltimore, all the up and coming brands.
And it's a lot of them. Not to cut you off, but he got his own. This his clothing line.
Love over hate clothing.
I love it. I love the heart on it.
Yeah, that's his clothing line.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Love over hate.
Yeah.
I need a T-shirt, man. 3X, man. I need.
Yeah.
I gotta come next week.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you.
Gotta come next week. Yo, I do all custom orders and all that shit.
Yeah, and that's important.
It really
because
is.
I'm saying, like, for Baltimore personally, like, bro, we got everything we need. All we gotta do is translate the money through one another to make it big.
Exactly.
Right.
Let's build this foundation together, yo.
Like, I just met y'all niggas today, but I know y'all niggas telling niggas like, oh shit, I know you get an interview at real quick. And I tell Kenny, that's my purpose of this shit. Big man. This is the purpose, yo. I know a nigga gonna put you up, upload you. Come on in. I want to see everybody eat.
And shout out to my man Ryan. This is my guy Ryan, and we've been friends for 20 something years.
Shout out to Ryan. If I knew you was coming, he told me he was bringing him and the actor. I had the mic set up for you.
But
no, blame him. I tell you would have been longer.
Hold on, he's behind the scenes. But Shorty,
no, he look behind the. Yeah, he looks like he behind the scene because I see the way he worked the camera, see the way he plays position.
This man been doing a lot. And it's a close home, but it's like a brother to me. Yeah. Like, I know it's like we know each other, mothers, all that.
Y'all
like,
call each other's mothers.
Shout out to Mama Maxine.
Shout out to Mama Maxine.
That's Murphy Home legend.
Yes.
And I ain't from Murphy Homes. I don't want nobody ever get it. I ain't from Murphy Home, but she's a Murphy Home legend. But what he's been doing for me is nothing but amazing because, like, for anything to work, anything, you need partners. You need a team.
That's my man Kenny, right?
Yeah, you need a team.
The motherfucker get mad at me when I cuss him out.
Yeah, so like I tell him, I was telling him that the hardest part, I'm doing I'm writing it.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm writing this show.
I'm glad you're hearing this. I'm glad I'm booking the artist.
Right, so I'm writing and I gotta direct. I don't need to be focused with the rest of the stuff. And my man been helping me out. There's a couple other people be honest.
Shout out to you, big bro. I love you.
I love him for that. And I'm telling you, he's gonna be a big part of the show. And part of the movies and everything that go. I told him that when we get an Oscar,
he's a rich motherfucker.
Yeah,
already.
That's my baby. Yeah, we gonna do this.
Yeah, get him in there. Get him in there, Kenny. Just say something.
That's my guy.
Man, bring the chair over. Bring the fucking chair over, man. Bring the chair. Sit with the crew. He wants you in there. No, Kenny, give him the flat joint because he'd be more comfortable in the middle. Watch those scores right there. But this is how we do on RAWDOPE Podcast, man. No man get left behind. No
man. Hey, yo, I love that shit. What she just said. Yo, no man.
I ain't no sheep, bro. I ain't no sheep, bro.
My bad.
That's good. That's good. That's a good publicity stunt.
But a lot of the people that I'm about to actually meet up with soon coming because I got a couple good meetings coming up too.
I believe
because of him.
Because of him. Yo, and this is what I'm gonna tell you.
And he the one that started this, like, cause I wasn't about to do all this, but he the one that put this T-shirt thing.
I see it in the space. I see the homeboy to tell you I ain't doing no acting. Yo.
Yeah, he ain't.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling you the conversation before. Yo, the mic's cutting in and out, yo. What you mean? The mic's not on. The mic's not on. The mic's not on, bro.
Yeah.
Hello.
This mic not on, bro. The mic not on. Think about it. Nobody can hear me in their headphones. The mic's not on.
I can hear you.
All right.
The mic not on. I can't hear it in my headphones. My headphones out.
All right.
Type of problems we have with RAWDOPE.
I mean, that's what it is. It is what it is, yo. Shit like shit.
I love this because you keep it raw.
Keep it RAWDOPE Podcast, motherfucker.
No cut. I can't hear it on the microphone, but
what
I'm saying, I can see that. I can see it in your eyes, though. I can see that you the nigga like, yo, I ain't doing no acting. Bro, I'm not doing
that. No, actually, he want a part.
Thank you. And that's real important. That's real important.
And it's hold up.
I like to play the back. My man put me in the front. I had to do it.
There's a couple other shout outs to other homeboys that's doing something too, like my man Lack, Brent Jones. Well, I want to think, what is it, Brent James? Yeah. Brent James. But my man Lack, because he's another one that's doing a lot of stuff for me.
And, that's real important, though, ain't it? This is what I say, right, for the business, right? I started out. I'm gonna tell you what I was doing. This is a true story. So the first time I ever shared this on a podcast, I went to Guitar Center. Me and my uncle. He just came in. Little light skin guy. My uncle. Mm-hmm. We went to Guitar Center with our first mission to buy all the equipment. When I said I was going to do RAWDOPE Podcast, I went to buy the equipment. And I'm going to keep it real. My last 1900.
Yeah.
I said, I don't know how I'm going to get on. I don't know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to get this equipment.
You believed in it.
Yeah. And the nigga came to me and said, yo, before you buy all that equipment, I got a studio and the podcast space is set up.
That's
you can
right.
just pay us. No. This is the upgrade. That's why I say y'all gotta look at my page. I can't look. I'm saying you could turn around, look at that TV, and that's where we was at first.
Yeah.
Come from the bottom.
Yeah.
So I brought my uncle over that way, Sean Weston. You know what I'm saying? He came over there and he said, "Yo, I'm gonna build you a set." And let me get not to get off topic. I went to that spot and nigga said I could get your podcast started. So I said, how much? He said, we gonna work it out. So $400 a month, $50 a show. I went over there. He had all the equipment and everything set up, and that's how it was birthed. So I felt obligated to that person for life.
Yeah.
Regardless of you gave me, you made my dream come true. Because I swear to God, I started promoting it all last summer. I was working with my nephew. That's a little rap group. I spent all my time in the studio with them. I said, yo, when October comes, I'm doing my podcast. So whole time I'm anticipating RAWDOPE Podcast, sharing it on YouTube, sharing it on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. So the time came. So now I'm rushing to get the equipment. This man can't, and I'm Muslim. I'm a Muslim man. Wa alaikum assalam rahmatullah barakatuh. So I'm a Sunni Muslim under the Salafi. So I said, man, Allah, man, how I'm gonna do it? Yo, came to me. Yo, you don't gotta do all that. We got the spot. I stayed there 4 months. You feel me? And that man that's sitting across from us, Kenny, is like that man. Bruh, can you imagine doing something and spending all your money, rent $400 a month? Right. Computer gotta be bought. Them stickers, flyers,
all that
posters,
shit, yeah.
All that shit come out your pocket. And then you gotta pay rent.
Yeah.
Then you like, I gotta drive.
I got kids. I got 2
You know
daughters.
what I'm saying? All this shit I gotta do. Yeah. I can't do it.
It's too much on one person.
I can't go shop. I can't do nothing because guess what?
That shit built character.
Listen, I tell him this all the time. Yo, fuck all that. He tell you, you're a cocky motherfucker. You feel me? I said, yo, fuck all that, yo. The minute CBS, Tidal, Revolt, Spotify, iHeart, call us, our struggles is over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
the minute Paramount call you,
Netflix or one of them call
Netflix call you, Hulu call you, the struggle is over, nigga.
Amazon Prime, where it's going at?
Amazon Prime, yo, the 6 figures.
It's over.
I don't give a fuck. We start out 2.5 million.
I'm not gonna let it die.
You ain't gonna let it die. And then to have somebody like him, I watched him when he came in. It was never about a microphone. It was never about the camera. Man came in, sat down, left out, got his charger. He instantly went to work. He instantly went to work. That let me know. Let me know the character of a man. I appreciate you. As another Native American to another Native American, I appreciate that. Just and a nigga saying, yo, I love this shit. You love it.
This not a guy that I just met.
No, it's your brother.
We did a lot.
It's your brother. Listen, bro. I looked at his pages. I looked at all the pictures. I studied that and said, man, these are the type of guys that I want. Because yo, at the end of the day, yo, I feel like yo, it's here. If I smoke, you know what I mean, and cancer is something that's regular in our community. Shit happens in our community, but I say, yo, if I had to die,
shout out to Mama Mousy, cause I said, Mama,
I got
Mama Maxine, but
yo, listen,
his mother just passed
my mother
away.
had both. And your rest in peace, Mama Maxine. I'm sorry to hear that. My mama going through the same thing. I just wanna. Don't even talk about my mama going through the same thing. That's neither here or there. But I say to myself, like, I smoke since a kid. Cigarettes. I started smoking cigarettes. Weed. But I say, yo, my number called because I'm a big guy. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy. 297 pounds. Almost 300 pounds.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying?
Round it up.
Pounds, so
round it up.
You know what I mean? It ain't that much. But I said, yo, fuck. Yo, if I gotta take the last breath and say, yo, if y'all gotta get another fat ham, I tell them this all the time. You got another nigga staying here. Yo, we set something up. Yeah. Because I read something and I looked up something and I know you're a reader. Say you're gonna be dead longer than you're gonna be living. So your legacy is everything.
Actually,
you're gonna be dead. We are gonna be dead longer than we can ever live.
It was a poet that said it. A poet said that. I can't think of his name.
Exactly. So I said, I'm gonna be dead longer than
Wait, yes, you gonna be. Yeah, think about this. How long you been living? 44 years. I mean,
40 years.
40 years.
I mean, not 40 on a dot.
I'm just saying. 40 years. 40. You've been living.
I like to be 40.
You've been living for 40 years. You got ancestors that's been dead for thousands of years.
Thousands.
You know what I'm saying?
I look at my grandmother. She been dead 11 years.
Yeah, shit like
and she died. She was 90 something. She didn't get to see 100, but she was 90 something.
Yeah, my great grandmother lived to be 90.
It was my great grandmother.
My great grandmother lived to be 97, I think.
And my grandma only lived to be 48. My daddy only lived to be 45.
Damn, babe.
You know what I'm saying? So every day I say, damn, my father and his mother left before 50.
I'm 34. My sister been dead for 33 years. I got a little sister that died in 87, so she been dead 32 years.
Drowning.
She been
swimming pool?
No, heart problem. And she died she was born in 86 because I'm older than her. I was the oldest. She was born in 86 and she died in 87.
And you was born in 84.
No, I was born in 85.
85.
Yeah, 19.
Actually, at 85, I was listening to LL Cool J on Bad album.
I was born on Martin Luther King's birthday.
January the 15th.
Yeah, my birthday is actually January 15th, 1985.
Man, hey, listen, man. I'm going to tell you this, man. I love what y'all doing, yo, from the bottom of my heart. And I'm going to tell you this right now in front of everybody. I'm going to say, RAWDOPE Podcast is your home for when you going to drop a new shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For when you doing something, you can hit me in the DM, bro. I need them to come about. I need them to come out and this is what we doing, yo, because I'm saying, yo, bro, like.
Listen, I'm going to tell you right now. And so the camera's on, so you know it's from the cameras. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now. This is my first interview as trying to, bro, in my field. I'm going to let you know for a fact.
It's history.
That anytime, once I get bigger, because ain't no if, I am.
Bigger.
So once I get big.
You big now, nigga.
So once I get big, you got first dibs.
Yeah.
Movies, show. Cause I'm telling you, I'm writing.
All I want to do, listen, I'm going to tell you what I want to do. Shock Nation. That's them on the TV right now.
Okay.
Guess what they did? And I'm going to tell you this because you're a businessman. They gave me the red carpet. Not only was I on the red carpet to do my media, I was on the red carpet because I was an actor in the show. But because of, and it's the true story, yo, because I didn't understand editing, and like you said, I want to book interviews and talk. Everything else is to my team.
Right.
I don't want to do nothing. I tell them every day.
You put your trust in them.
In the setup.
I do
this. I sit right by there. I sit in the cut.
And hopefully your trust is that they got that covered.
And then I get mad. I get an attitude. My man, he know me. He like, yo, that nigga faking. I'm really faking because I don't want no problems with the only nigga that been with me to the end. It bring tears to my eyes as a man. One man to all three of y'all. Me and this man been grinding. Man, the other night, the man didn't even let me give him a ride home. He talking about my bus coming. He left out. But guess what? When it came Wednesday for this shit to get done, he know me. He already know this fat motherfucker is gonna text me this morning, bro. I do what I told him. I said, yo, we got a real important man today.
I feel the same way about him. This is the only actor that y'all gonna see in the show that was from the beginning. I'm talking about every character that's in this first episode has changed at least 2-3 times. At least 2 or 3 times.
I'm acting too. You got me. I act. Come get me.
This man right here is the first person actually recruited.
And I respect that, man. I love you for that, brother. Yo, just sticking with your brother, yo.
Stuck there, and we only known each other since what? That was December.
Yeah.
Like we only known each other since December last month. I met him December last month.
No, but I seen something wrong on you, babe. You know what I mean? So I seen something wrong on you, so I stuck with it.
And his demeanor fit the character that I was writing. But what I had to do for him was because he kept on trying to be himself. And one thing about acting, as we all should know, is that you can't be. Yeah, you got to be the character, not you.
The character.
Bring some of you in it, but be the character. And he was just being him. And like I say, I got it out of my man. I got it out of him, and he stuck with me when Les changed 3 times. His best friend changed 3 times. Real, his baby mother changed 3 times. The person that plays baby mother changed 3 times. Yep. And shout out to Elena. Shout out to Elena, man. Yeah, she did a good job. Shit, yeah. And actually she's
mother, y'all.
Yeah. And she's working with me on the business part too. I can't speak too much about that. She's working. She's working with me on the business part of this because, of course, again,
Mega Module.
All I know how to do is write, and I'm learning how to direct. I ain't gonna tell nobody I know how to. I'm learning it. I go on YouTube and look at a lot of, directors and how they do it, and try to bring my own style into it. But the writing part is easy because I learned the format. All I had to do was learn the format of how a script is written, and then the rest is easy. But I got a lot of people that is helping me with the business side, so that I don't get played over. You know what I mean? Fucked over.
Big on support.
Yeah. And like I say, this guy right here has been a big.
I appreciate him because I seen.
He's been a big.
And listen,
help.
yo, this is what I asked for. I'm gonna tell y'all.
And I wish Lack was here too, because Shorty. Shorty Lack has been a big help too. Lack,
shout out to Lack.
He the one that. How this came about? If you want, how it came about?
Go ahead.
So how it came about was, like I say, I was sitting one day. I was sitting one day thinking like, I need to write something. So I started writing. Like I said, it started out as a movie, then it turned into a script. Now, and I only wrote the first 2 episodes. So shout out to Mo Marley. Mo Marley, yeah, that's my man.
Shout out to Mo Marley.
Yeah, shout out Mo Marley. So Black Sheep too. Yeah, go get the Black Sheep clothing.
Love over hate clothing, all that.
He read when we were sitting in his, me, Lack, him, and a couple of us were sitting in down his spot, and he was telling them like, I'm trying to do a movie, and like he want to film because that's what he do. He films. He's a great filmer. So he wanted to film a movie.
Shit.
And I told him like, I started a little TV show that I'm writing. And I gave him the first 2 scripts.
The script.
Yeah. So when he read it, the first thing he said, Speedy, I got this. Let's do this. Like he loved it. So then of course I had to go in the bag and like, all right, let me finish writing it out. So that's how it started. And he was in that first meeting.
Definitely.
And I told him who K was. And so Mo said hold up, K fits him. So I let him do line reading. Like he read the line, and I'm like, you know what?
I was fucking up.
We're gonna get him there. And we did. I'm talking about late nights in his house, like just 1-on-1s.
Yeah, I was at it like a crack ass.
Yeah, 1-on-1s, and
believe it,
telling him like what we need from the character. Because the one thing that I'm learning about acting, that as an actor, it's not about who you are. Your feeling. You gotta tap into this character that you're playing, and you gotta be that character.
Definitely.
So even if you don't agree with their morals, their principle, their whatever, if you decide that you're saying you're gonna play this character, then you gotta tap into that. You gotta tap into them morals. You gotta tap. He had to tap into K morals, into K feelings.
Shit, I don't even do.
Right. Not. Forget what he do. You gotta tap into what K do. And again, I'm still learning. I'm still learning a lot. Like I look at all day on YouTube. That's all I do. I go to Spike, different directors. I go to a lot of different directors, and I go to a lot of different screenwriters that never directed, just write movies or write TV shows. I go look at how they write, what's their motivation and why they write, different ways of directing. And the one thing I did do with my actors, as far as me, I engaged with y'all. Like we had fun together. Behind the scenes, we was having fun together. Like it wasn't no yo stop, chill out. You need to stop. No, let's make this a good experience. And the one thing that I did love, because all these dudes, everybody that's in it is from the streets. Like especially the men, but they are from street guys. There was no beef. They had fun.
It was all love, yeah.
They had fun. We laughed, we joked. When the camera got to rolling with Serge, and we still laughed a little bit, because they're messing up and stuff. But it was honestly in my 34 years, it probably was I would say my second great experience. My first great experience was seeing my daughter born, but seeing what I created, and that was the thing that moved me the most, is that these people are bringing something that that came from my mind that I created, and they're bringing it to life. And that's what I love the most. And I'm telling y'all,
yeah,
I got a lot more. I got a whole. Get used to this face.
The rise.
Yeah, get used to this face because I got a whole lot more. Like I'm doing a short film that we're rehearsing for right now. I can give you the name of that's called South. And it's a good short film. It's probably like 15 minutes long. And there's only 2 actors in it.
It's a short film and it's 15 minutes long. Man, like I need 30.
No, it's only 15. It's only like
I need 30. Come on, big bro.
I bet you
need 30.
I bet you any amount of money in the 15 minutes you're gonna be cussing the girl out, then probably cussing him back out. Yeah. You're gonna be with him, then you're gonna be I'm telling you. Because everything that I'm right, like the one thing that I do want to do some like action stuff and stuff like that. Cause I'm writing an action movie, I'm writing an action movie too. But a lot of my movies that I want to do is real life. Not just the streets, I'm talking about real life. That's a lot of things that I want to write about is real life. Because when I look at a lot of movies, it's not a lot of real life going on.
Yeah, that's the filmmaking period. It's not a lot of real life going on.
It's a lot of fantasy, makeup.
That's what I hate about web series. Like you be overdoing it. Like, bro, come on, like.
And what I told you, I was because I look at a lot of web series, and I be looking at like, if you really wrote that, then why did you do that? Like, keep it. Like one thing that I promise you, it's not nothing that's gonna happen in this show that you gonna say that's too Hollywood. That can't happen because you can go look on Murder Inc. Baltimore News page and see the story and see that dang, that really happened in that city. And that's what inspired me to write this show, the city of Baltimore, to show people. It's been 15 years since The Wire, right? Like 15 years or something like that. Since The Wire. And that was, at that time, we a totally different city since The Wire. Especially after the Freddie Gray situation.
Yeah, Freddie Gray. I think the Freddie Gray situation opened up the city.
Yeah, and so we are totally different. I don't know
what's wrong with my headphones, but...
Yeah, we are a totally different city since Freddie Gray happened. And that's where I wrote it from. From the Freddie Gray situation, this is what's going on in our city now. I don't want to spoil nothing, but I'm telling y'all, this show gonna make you cry. It's gonna make you laugh. It's gonna make you like, damn, that's my cousin, or that's me, or that's like I know that story. It's gonna do all that.
But listen though, right? Before we get out of here, in dedication is back. In dedication to East Baltimore and West Baltimore.
The whole Baltimore.
You know what I mean? We gonna do a little small little like intermission, and we're gonna play this song from YG Tech and Young Moose. The artist of the fucking week is YG Tech, Young Moose. Excuse the mud.
Hold up, can I say one thing real quick?
Yes.
That trailer, the song on the trailer, because I really need to hear that, is JR, Whole Live Nigga. He killed that song.
I need it in my DM.
Yes, he killed.
I need JR on the podcast.
So I'm because I'm a cousin, so I'm gonna holler him tomorrow.
Thank you.
To talk to, because he killed that song. He actually his song was another song actually, but that I love too. But the beat is not his. He is one of them makeovers. So of course we can't use that.
Yeah.
So I told him
it's hard for me to listen. Right, any artist that come on here, I want to play their music. But please, bro, I don't got it in the RAWDOPE savings or checking account. I don't got the money for it.
So I had to
give me original stuff.
The song that JR first sent me, I had to cut it because I'm like, hey, cuzzo, I can't use this because this not yours. It was, I think it's a Little Dirt song, I think. But he killed that song, but it's not yours. So he sent me his CD. And I had been heard this song because he made this song for when Tenacious, how you say it? Tenacious?
Yeah, I had Buck on here. My brother.
No, Tenacious, the LA rapper. Tanashi.
Tatashi 6ix9ine, the New York nigga, the rat nigga.
Yeah, so
no. Takashi 6ix9ine,
the one that got killed in this car. The rapper.
X. Takashi X.
That's when he first wrote this song. It's called Black Stars Falling. He wrote that song then. So I heard it back then. And then when he sent me his CD, I'm like, I need a song for the, for that scene that got killed. And I listened to them like, it's the perfect song. Like he really killed that song. Shout out to JR, whole live nigga, man. He did that song.
Shout out to JR, whole live nigga.
And I'm gonna make sure he get on here. He's coming.
Yeah, but listen, what I like to do on this podcast is I like to get the up and coming entrepreneurs, urban community development, the divas, man time, up and coming artists. But one thing I said I'm gonna start doing is playing that shit.
Yeah, that shit.
And these are two artists that I fucking a fan of.
Yeah,
one of these artists I have a personal relationship with, and this shit is just hot. So we gonna get into this YG Tech.
Talk to them because I want them on the soundtrack.
Listen, YG Tech, Young Moose, Pose.
I want them on the soundtrack.
Moose, they want you on the soundtrack, bro.
I need both of them on that soundtrack, man.
Told you, boy. Put that shirt on I gave you, boy.
He know Moose personally.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Cut it up. It's on. YG Tech, no excuses. OTM out the mud.
Shit that they don't know about. Heaters on us in the summer like it's cold out. My clip pack, bitch, you gon' think it's sold out. You gon' make me whip out and make you roll out. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out. I ain't never did a show, ain't had that bitch on me. Clip on full, I put this bitch on E. I remember when them niggas slept on me. Shit, I'm still here, nigga can't step on me. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. That paper coming, but I move and don't get grabbed. I'm mad to stuff 100 grams in a shit bag. Just got 40 out the box, but that bitch bad. Everybody rolling out if I get mad. 60 millies in me now, I got cotton mouth. At least 5 bands on me if I'm popping out. I ain't fucking with them niggas, they ain't rocking out. You know I'm picking 12, nigga, I ain't never copping out. The boy smoking, I'm outside before the store open. My grandmother used to zap, I leave that door open. I focused early, I had to learn how to count mine. My man got double life and stress him out when it's count time. The streets need me, I talk that shit, it give them a rush. I won't even double tap with bitch pictures I fuck. I told Moose don't trust Wardy, I think he's wired up. I seen my first 50 bands, I got fired up. Niggas always speak on shit that they don't know about. Heaters on us in the summer like it's cold out. My clip pack, bitch, you gon' think it's sold out. You gon' make me whip out and make you roll out. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out. I ain't never did a show, ain't had that bitch on me. Clip on full, I put this bitch on E. I remember when them niggas slept on me. Shit, I'm still here, nigga can't step on me. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. From security, I'ma get the whole line in. I ain't coming in if I ain't getting mine in. I don't care what you pay me, man, I'm toting my shit. Y'all crazy niggas always getting smoked in that bitch. Y'all be putting niggas out when niggas smoking that bitch. We supposed to stand up on the sofas and shit. I remember sleeping on the floor with roaches and shit. I told my nigga, you my brother, that's as close as it get. I got the pieces to the puzzle and I know it fit. I told the junkie, try this dope, let me know when it hit. Niggas say they want smoke, but they don't never get lit. I was always in the field, you ain't never get picked. I jumped out the steps with bamboos, playing with sticks. You better not walk through my block with your hands in your dip. When I was broke, I wasn't shook, that's a good sign. Ask the ones who got time, bitch, I stood mine. Niggas always speak on shit that they don't know about. Heaters on us in the summer like it's cold out. My clip pack, bitch, you gon' think it's sold out. You gon' make me whip out and make you roll out. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out. I ain't never did a show, ain't had that bitch on me. Clip on full, I put this bitch on E. I remember when them niggas slept on me. Shit, shit, I'm still here. Nigga can't step on me. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out when it's bring them poles out when it's lit. Bring them poles out, bring them poles out, bring them poles out when it's lit.
Give it to me in depth. I need to know everything you do. I'm not one of them like that. Like, your ideas. He the one because I was only asked.
Yo, tune in, yo, next May, July, yo, it's on, yo. We ain't playing with y'all, we gonna hit y'all in the head with the move. Are we back?
Yes, we just got out on them songs. Shout out to YBG Sosa. Shooter's new video out on YouTube screaming. Shout out to YG Tech and Moose. The Excuse the Mud screaming out on all platforms. But yes, I'm in here with the Rise cast.
Yes, sir.
The behind the scene people, the main character, the writer, the director. So you know what I mean. Before we played them songs, you know what I mean, just to honor Baltimore hip hop. You were just telling me, like, you know what I mean, you got up to like 8 seasons prepared.
Yeah.
So my question is it 20 episodes per year or just 10 episodes per year?
My goal is to do 20. I
makes
basically
sense.
want to drop a season, like a season in the beginning, maybe 3 months off, and then drop the second season.
Yeah, that's it. So that's basically
so
if you're gonna have summer and spring, or you're gonna have fall and winter.
However I look, how we want to do it, but it's because every episode only gonna be 10 seasons.
Yeah.
Until
10 episodes.
Yeah, 10 episodes. I mean, I'm my fault. 10 episodes. Until we do that last season, then that season might actually be a couple
12,
more episodes.
13,
but every episode right now,
it's a long way before we get there.
We're way long way. So
yeah, you know.
But my mind is already that far.
Yeah, as a writer, it's supposed to be.
My mind is always that far. But Yeah. So what I want to do is, 1 year, 2 seasons.
That makes sense.
1 year,
and your other show take up the other 2 seasons, whatever you got going on.
Yeah, because like I said, I got a lot of other things. That I'm working on. I know a TV show that I'm actually working on. I ain't even tell them about it yet. Like, don't nobody know about this one,
right?
And so I ain't letting nothing go yet. But I got another TV show that ain't got nothing to do with the streets.
Right. I want to see that.
Hold up. It do, but it don't. If it makes sense.
Is it? It makes sense. That guy that live on the block all his life but got nothing to do with it.
No.
But I'm just saying that it puts me in that mind frame. You can be from the hood and not have nothing to do with it.
This one that I'm working on is actually bringing. All right, I'm gonna give you a. I guess I can use what's name. It's like basically because what I know from my neighborhood, from any hood.
All right.
That right here is McCullough Homes. Right around the corner is a bunch of white people that live right there. So it shows what they go through, and how their lives actually mingle. Yeah. Like how it actually interact in some type of way.
Yeah, I know how it's going to act.
So to give you an idea, that's what this show that I'm writing is about.
Yeah. That's a fact. But listen, man, I appreciate you for coming out, man. It was a beautiful interview, and I expect y'all back in July before the premiere.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
actually, we're going to come back. I mean, if it's cool, I want to bring the whole cast.
Yeah. You got to let me know how many years, because I only own 6 mics.
I know we'll work it out.
But y'all work it out along the side. But I want the cast here.
It's 12, I think.
Yeah, it's 12.
I want the cast here.
I think it's 12. 12 of us.
I want the cast here. Yeah, y'all can switch up. I can set up 4 mics right there, and then everybody.
Yeah, right before I drop it, I would love the whole cast to be here.
Yeah.
So they can talk about their experience on it and all.
Whatever. You doing a premiere?
I'm working on that.
Yeah, because Shock Nate said the premiere. I'll lift the come at the movie.
I'm working on it, but like I told you, that story about the 9 bricks is me. Yeah. And it was all fake, and he took my money.
Tell us about that before we get out of here.
Well, I was
that shit was big news. Yeah. I heard. Let me tell you what I heard. Man left 9 bricks, 20-some thousand in the car, and fled after accident.
That was a lie.
That's what I got.
Nah,
so I was like, damn.
That's what they did.
Yo was hitting the city.
All that was a lie. I never left the car. They took me out my car, and because they seen. Then the accident part is true. It was an accident. Yeah. So that all that is true. But when the woman cop she was cool as I don't know what. But when he came and he saw the fake drugs hanging out, that was his probable cause. Because as far as he know, it might be real drugs. Right. So I understand that. But when he took me out of the car, I told him. I kept saying it, and also I was drunk. But I told him. I kept on saying, listen, yo, I'm shooting a movie. If you go through my phone, you will see everything. If you taste it, it's nothing but flour. He said, like, I can't taste this because it could be fentanyl. So I understand. I'm like, all right, you're right. But, you're fentanyl. Right. Yeah, that's what he said to me. It could be fentanyl. But you kind of right because you don't know what it is as an officer. You don't. Right. So I came up with, all right, listen, I know I got something in the car. Or call the Dugs.
Right.
Because when the Dugs, they're going to walk away from the bag. It's flour. All they going to do is cook a lot of chicken with it.
Right.
So really, all you can do is cook a lot of chicken with this.
Right.
And they just I don't know, they just wasn't trying to hit. And they took my phone with all my scripts in it. Like every script that I'm writing is in that phone. The rest of the show is in that phone. I really need that phone. If I did not, because like I said, I don't know for a fact if I backed it up on my iCloud. Right. I don't know. I just was writing. And here go, you know what I mean? So, so I don't know for a fact if it's on my iCloud. So if it ain't on my iCloud, then I need that phone. Right. Because my whole career is on that phone. Yeah. They got my car, of course, on drug hold. They took my money. I got clothes and all that. I got a lot of stuff in my car, and that I can't get to. My ID, Social Security card, paper
point blank period. They inconvenience you
the hell
because I got in a case like that when I told them, like, man, I ain't no drugs, that's caffeine because I'm trying to lose weight, so I put that in my water and shit. They charged me with 50 grams of heroin, took $2,200. I went to court 60 first day. They dropped it from just how they played. They dropped it from a distribution case to a possession. When they got the possession, they tested, and then it was thrown out. And they give me all these papers to go by my money. So I say, yo, what the fuck type of time you think I got to be searching for that money? Why the fuck that money ain't giving back when it's not processed?
But the problem about the money though is that they didn't put how much it was.
Up, yeah.
All they put in my papers, he had a large amount of money on. That's all they put in. Like in my papers, it just say large amount of money. It don't say exactly how much. It don't say what y'all did with it. Where is that?
You know
nothing. With it. And if everybody's seen the photo, all you see is drugs on the table. Ain't no money on that table. Ain't no money on that table. So where's my money at?
No money on that table.
Yeah. So with the premiere and all that, like I'm trying to raise the money because before I drop it on Amazon Prime, I do want to do a premiere with the cast, family members, people behind the
red
scenes.
Carpet shit, black carpet, red carpet, no matter how it goes.
I'm calling it black carpet.
Yeah, that's what I say.
I'm changing the name up.
Yeah, we should all have black carpet event.
Man, everybody do red carpet. I'm changing the name of it. It's the black carpet event. But I really do want to do that. And in my shout out to New Styles Production, Mr. Rod Lopez. If y'all need
shout out to New Style Production, Mr. Rod Lopez.
Yeah, if y'all need any work, he's definitely the truth. He's definitely the truth.
Down to earth guy, yo.
Yes, I love y'all, and I love him more because he didn't look at me as like he taught me a lot. I learned a lot from him as we was filming this show. Like I learned a lot from him, and he still called me. Like we still talk and everything. So shout out to my man, Mr. Rob Lopez, New Styles Production. That's who filmed the show. And the other, like I said again, Mo Marley TV, because he's also going to be in this once we get that funding. But all I want is for the world to see our city and see what we go through.
What it truly is.
See what we go through. And I didn't start this show off because a lot of TV shows start off in the middle of a person's success, or it start off at the end of his success where he trying to do something different.
No, we giving you that raw dope.
I'm showing you from the beginning of me, these two guys starting it off. So when they go, whatever happened, it shows you their whole rise. It shows you their story.
I will be at the premiere.
Yes.
I will be at the premiere.
Yes.
But listen, man, before we wrap it up, man, you start with you, man. Tell us where they can find you at on social media. Anything you want this audience to know about you, here's your opportunity to tell them now.
Yo, my name Nook. Love Over Hate Clothing. You can look me up on Instagram and Facebook. Facebook, Love Over Hate LLC. On Instagram, Love Over Hate Clothing. On Instagram, Nook Vamp Life 26. All that, man. Just come look me up, man. Definitely look up The Rise.
The future.
The Rise. We on our shit. We doing what we need to do for real. We spreading some positive love, and we doing what we need to do for everybody. Everybody gonna eat, man.
Yeah.
Everybody gonna eat.
In the future, I hope we can lock in with Out of Bounds. Out of Bounds meet The Rise.
I
mean, that's a different topic, but
man,
Out of Bounds, because a lot of the ones that's in it is friends of mine.
And that'll be something big because I think they probably gonna need some.
Yeah, it's a lot of friends of mine.
It's all about building a foundation. Yo. Everybody got to link together, yo, in order to build a solid foundation, yo.
Go follow the Rise page. It's Rise on Instagram. It's Rise0523.
Yeah.
And on Facebook is Speedy.
Yeah. LOL.
No. The Rise is Speedy space The Rise together. Okay. That's the show. That way you get everything what's going on with the show. And me personally is Speedy Carter on Facebook. Speedy space Carter. And on Instagram I'm Speedy LOM. And we dropping everything. And my man, he could tell you, because he's running the Rise page anyway.
Hey Rob.
Yeah, Rob. He's the one that's running the Rise page.
Hey Rob.
Y'all better chill out.
Man, just tell us where they can go at. You gotta tell the people.
Y'all better chill out with Mike, man.
You gotta talk to the people, man. You gotta tell the people, man.
Yeah, he running the page.
Let me see what it called. But I don't know the Facebook one though. Speedy the Rise.
But I'm on Instagram.
Oh, the one on Instagram.
No IG ride, you heard me.
No IG ride. I got a lot of homeboys with the no IG tag.
No, that's a lie. He got IG page. We ain't even gonna do that. He got IG page.
Oh, yeah,
They just DM'd
Ryan
me.
8500.
Yeah, Ryan 8500. He got a page.
There you go.
It is Ryan 8500.
Ryan 8500. Go check that motherfucker out.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Don't play with it.
The ride's coming soon.
Yes, sir.
But real quick, I do want to give a big shout out to Raw Dope Podcast.
Raw
'cause
Dope.
Thank you.
This
Thank
is my
you.
first ever interview.
Thank
It's
you.
mine
It's
too,
history.
yo.
It's my
We
first
made
live
history
interview,
together,
yes,
bro.
Yes, we did,
and
yo.
I
Man,
really
I
appreciate
appreciate
it.
that
I
shit.
really
Yeah.
appreciate
History
it.
together. Made history
Ah,
together.
And
That's what it's about.
more than anything, now we family.
Goddamn right. And anytime y'all got a premiere,
Yeah, now we
artist
family.
coming up, come holler at me, bruh. Y'all know where we
You got my
at.
word as a man.
But we ready to move to another location, the bigger, better location, because
Okay.
everything has been a
It's all
process.
about
And it's
elevation, yo.
stepping stone. So
right.
ready to be somewhere else. So, but
Right.
it is what it is right here, yo. We
And know
live
that
in
you
Stone Pit.
you are actually in the beginning of the rush. Like
Yeah.
you're in the beginning of it.
That's my whole thing.
Yeah, you're
is
in
I
the
like to
beginning
catch
of it.
everything in the
Yeah,
beginning.
so you are.
Once
You
it's in the middle and once it's headed to the top, I can't do
It's
nothing
like-
with it.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I can't hustle it. So I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Catch us.
Well, when we make it, you still gonna be.
Yeah. I already know. I already know how it go.
I give you my
But
word on that one.
tell them where they can find you at on
Again, on
social.
on well, me personally on IG, I'm Speedy LOM all together, and on Facebook is Speedy Carter.
Yes.
Nook Rap Life.
Vamp
26.
Life.
You know what I'm saying? Love Over Hate Clothing, yo. On Facebook, Love Over Hate Clothing.
And
LLC.
Sugar Slim
Yes,
of the
sir.
Rise Crew. Tell us where they can find your
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Sugar Slim.
Yeah.
Just tell us. Just pull a mic.
Yeah.
Oh, it's off Ryan 8500.
Oh, and one more, cause they basically like partners. So go follow Brent James too on Facebook.
Yeah,
Is Brent
He
James
needs some followers, you know.
and what's his Instagram?
Man, I don't know. He in my
I don't know his
DM
Instagram right now,
Crazy
but
right now.
on Facebook his name is Brent Brent James.
Shout out to Brent.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jerry Holmes. Shout out to Mick Savage 69. Yo, we out here doing what we need to do for real.
And go follow
Shout out to True Guy.
and go follow like I say, New Style Production
New Styles. I definitely want.
Yeah.
I'm following them.
and
Definitely
and,
New
soon as
Style
it end.
Production.
and Mo Marley TV. Follow them.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But hey, listen though, man. This is Raw Dope Podcast, and I'm your host, Hand 5000, and we out of here.
Yeah.